Good morning, guys. Welcome to Ashok IT. Today, we are here to discuss about our Java real-time project. Today is our fourth session. Last three session videos already available in the YouTube. If anybody missed, you can go through those videos in our Ashok IT YouTube channel. All right. From today onwards, we are going to start with module 2 in our course, that is Java real-time tools. These Java real-time tools are very important for every programmer to perform the operations in the project, right? Along with the Java coding, we are going to use several tools also as part of project development. So what are those tools? What tools we are going to use and what is the purpose of those tools? We are going to discuss as part of today's session. Understood? Real-time tools are going to play major role in the project development. Tools are going to play major role in project development. So you need to have very strong knowledge in the development, how to write the code and how to implement the business logic for the requirement. Along with that, you need to have the knowledge on the tools also, because project development will not done by one person. In the company, multiple developers will be available. So multiple developers will be working on this project development, right? So when multiple developers are working on this project development, we need to perform code integration, we need to perform code review, we need to perform testing, and we need to perform deployment. So like this, several operations we need to do in the real time. So in order to perform those operations, we are going to use several tools here. Those tools we are calling as real-time tools. We are going to use several tools. Those tools we are calling as real-time tools. Tools are going to play major role in project development, especially in the real time. When we are developing a project for a client in the company, along with the coding, we are going to use several tools also. Sir, what are the tools we are going to use? Right now here in this course, we are going to discuss 20 plus tools, not just 2 3 tools. We are going to discuss 20 plus tools practically, how to install that tool, how to work with that tool, and how to use that tool in the project development, and what are the problems we are going to face with the tools, and how to overcome those problems, how to resolve those problems. Everything we are going to discuss as part of this module. That is our module 2. Now, so in this first, every Java developer should know about to build tools in order to create the project, or in order to compile the project, or in order to package the project. To automate the build process, we are going to use build tools. In the market, and Maven and Gradle, those are build tools available for Java applications. By using them, we can compile the source code of the project, we can download dependencies required for the project, we can execute unit test cases of the project, and we can package the project for the deployment. So build tools are very important. Every Java developer, whether you are a fresher or whether you are a experienced person, you need to work with build tools. Now, what we are going to do by using build tools: project creation, project folder structure creation, whether you want to work with a standalone project or web application, that project structure you have to create by using build tools, project creation, and dependencies download required dependencies. Sir, what is the meaning of downloading required dependencies? Here, we are going to develop a Java project by using some frameworks like Spring, Spring Boot, Hibernate, JPA, etc. So those frameworks jars we need to download and we need to add in the build path. In order to do that downloading, general, we need to download that jar files and we need to add the jar file in the project build path. Instead of we are doing that download, our build tools can download the dependencies, download the required dependencies for the project. For example, For my project, I want to use a Spring, I want to use a Hibernate, etc. Those are called as dependencies of the project. So project creation, project folder structure creation, that means project folder structure creation. For standalone projects, folder structure, for web application, folder structure will be different. So do you want to create the standalone folder structure, or do you want to create the web application folder structure that you can do by using build tools? By using build tools, project folder structure creation can be done, and we can download required dependencies also by using build tool. Then next one, source code compilation. Source code compilation. Java code we are writing, that Java code should be converted into bytecode. So in the project, multiple Java classes will be available, 100 classes, 200 classes, 300 classes, like that. Multiple Java classes will be available. That Java classes source code we need to compile. Source code compilation also can be done by using build tool. Next one, code unit test case execution. Unit test case execution. So JUnits will be available. As a developer, we will write the JUnits also for unit testing. That unit testing execution also can be done by build tools. Then after, packaging, that means we need to package our application, package the project. Packaging the project means if it is a standalone project, we will package as a jar file. If it is a web application, we will package as a war file. If it is a standalone project, we will package as a jar file. If it is a web application, we will package as a war file. So build tools, Ant, Maven, Gradle. So now Ant got outdated in the market, guys. People are using either Maven or Gradle. So here we are going to discuss two tools. One is Maven and the second one is Gradle as part of build tools. As part of the build tools, we are going to understand Maven and Gradle. Ant is outdated. So what we are going to do with the build tools in the project, project folder structure can be created, download dependencies, whatever the dependencies are required for the project, those dependencies can be downloaded by using build tools. Source code compilation, whatever the project code we have, the .java files will be compiled and it will convert into bytecode. Whatever the unit test cases are available in the project, those unit test cases will be executed by this build tool. Package the project. In order to deploy the application, we need a jar file or war file. That packaging also can be done by using build tool. Perfect. Project build tools. Then next one, code review tools. Code review tools. We are having PMD and Sonar Cube. So what is the meaning of code review? In the project, multiple developers will be available. Some developers are freshers, some developers are 2 to 3 years, some people are 5 years. Senior programmers, junior programmers will be available. So there is no guarantee that everybody will follow proper coding standards. So that's why once the coding is completed, we are going to perform code review. We can perform code review. So in order to review our source code, that means what are the mistakes done by programmers. So find the programmers mistakes. So programmers are writing the code. Assume that there are 10 developers in the project. 10 developers are working on 10 different functionalities. They have done the code. They have created the classes. So are there any mistakes available in the code? Bugs can be identified. Bugs can be identified, and any hacker related issues, vulnerabilities also can be identified. Vulnerabilities also can be identified by using this Sonar Cube. Vulnerabilities, code smells, duplicate code, duplicate code, duplicate code, code coverage. All these things we can identify by using code review tools. So what are the code review tools available? Programmer mistake detector, PMD is available, and Sonar Cube is available. Currently, Sonar Cube is having lot of demand in the market. Sonar Cube is having a lot of demand in the market. Now, by using this Sonar Cube, we are going to identify bugs in the code, bugs, that means are there any problems available in the code, can be identified by SonarQube. Vulnerabilities, security issues, are there any security issues available in the code? Hackers can hack our application, hackers can attack our application. Are there any security issues available in the project? Are there any code smells available in the project? Is there any duplicate code available in the project? And what is code coverage? That means how much percentage of the code is covered as part of unit testing? How much percentage of the code is covered as part of unit testing? So industry standard is 80%, guys. Industry standard is 80 percentage. That means whenever you do coding, 80% of the code should be tested in the unit testing. That is the industry standard. How this SonarQube will understand? SonarQube will check how many test cases got executed, how many lines of code is executed as part of unit testing. Based on that, it will identify code coverage. The industry standard is 80 percentage for the code coverage. So by using code review tool, we can understand the mistakes available in the code, security issues available in the code smells available in the code, duplicate code available, and code coverage. All these things we are going to find out by using SonarQube. PMD stands for Programmer Mistake Detector. Programmer Mistake Detector. Code smells nothing but, guys, the suggestions, unused import statements, unused method parameters, commented lines of code. Those things will come under code smells. So once I explain, when I'm going for a SonarQube, then you will see all these things in our source code, and we are responsible to fix all these issues. By using SonarQube, we are going to review the code, and we are going to identify the issues in the code, and we are going to fix those issues. To perform the code review, there is a tool called SonarQube. Okay. And the next one, you logging tools, logging, logging tools. So there are several tools available like Log4j, Log4j2, Logback, Logback, Logstash, and SLF4j. So these are logging tools that are available in the market. In every project, logging is mandatory to generate the logs. What is the purpose of logging tools? To generate logs of our application. Every application should have logging. Why? Because the code which is running in our system may not work in the dev environment or sit environment or production environment. There is a chance of getting some issues when the code is deployed to higher environments. Sir, what is a higher environment? How the code will be deployed? Everything we will discuss as part of the course. So first I am introducing just names of the tools and purpose of the tools. In the coming classes, we are going to see how to work with these tools. In the coming classes, we are going to understand how to work with these tools. Logging tools will be available. There are several logging tools available in the market. What is the purpose of these logging tools? Logging tools are used to generate logs of our application. So why we need the logging? Logs will help us to understand the execution flow. Using logs, using application logs, we can find issues root cause. Suppose my project is not working in the production. There is a issue. The code which we have developed in the local, at that time we tested it was working. Testers also tested that. At that time also that code was worked as expected. But today my code is not working in the production. There is a issue. So code is not working. Customers complained at that. So today we are not able to log in into the application. Issue can be anything. It may be a data issue, it may be a code issue, or it can be a network issue, anything. So here, when some issue occurred in the project, we have to understand root cause of the issue. So to understand that root cause, we are going to use logs. So that means in every application, logging is very, very important. If you don't implement logging in the project, you can't understand how your project is executing in the higher environment. So logging tools are available. Using these tools, we are going to generate logs of our application. Using application logs, we can find issues root cause. What is the reason of the issue? We can find that. Next one, when there is a logging, then we need to perform log monitoring. Log monitoring tools are required. So there are several tools available for log monitoring: Putty, WinSCP, ELK, and Splunk. These all the tools comes under log monitoring. So to get the log messages of the application, what is the purpose of log monitoring tools? To get log messages of the application. My application is running inside a server. Server is available in the client location. I'm in the Hyderabad location. My application is running in the client location. I'm in the Hyderabad location. So there is a issue. I need to connect to the log file. I need to connect to my server and I need to get the logs. So for that, we are going to use log monitoring tools. We are going to use log monitoring tools like Putty, WinSCP, ELK, Splunk. Like that, there are several tools available in the market which are used for log monitoring. What is the meaning of log monitoring? To get the log messages of the application. I mean to say, assume that your application is running inside a server. That server is available in USA. So this is a remote computer. In this computer, our server is available. In this machine, this is one machine. This is one machine. In this machine, server is available. Inside the server, application is running. That application generating a log file. That log file is generated in that machine. So this is my log. So this machine is available in New Jersey state. Client is from New Jersey state in the USA. In the USA, that machine, my infrastructure is available in the New Jersey state client location. In that location, my server is available, application server is available. In that server, application is deployed. Then people are sending the request to the application and people are accessing that application. People are sending the request for the application and people are accessing that application. People are making a request for the application and they are using that. So requests are coming for our application from the end users. When the end users are accessing our application, logs will be generated. So like this, people are sending a request for our application. Application is getting executed and logs are getting generated. Application is getting executed and logs are getting generated. Now I'm in Hyderabad location. This is my laptop. This is my laptop which is given by company. Now I am working in Hyderabad location. My office is at a Hyderabad location. My project is for a US government client. New Jersey client is available. So in the New Jersey location only, my server is running. In New Jersey location, my server is running. My log file is available in the New Jersey. So first, in the project, we implemented logging. To implement logging in the project, there are several logging frameworks are available. To implement project logging, there are several frameworks available. Why we are implementing this logging? To understand the problems, to understand the execution flow of the project. Whatever the project I have developed in the local, I have tested. Now the project is deployed into the client infrastructure. When the people are accessing the application, there is a chance of getting some problems. So to understand the problems, we have implemented a logging. So when our application code is executed, log messages will be stored to the log file saying that which class executed, which method executed, when it is executed, in which line we are getting the exception, what exception we are getting. All the information about the application execution will be stored to log file. This log file is generated inside a machine. Machine is available in the New Jersey. Now I'm in Hyderabad location. I'm going for my office in the Hyderabad. Company provided me one laptop. Today morning at 6 o'clock, we got a mail from the client saying that users are not able to log in into application. So directly, should I book a flight and go to US and see what is the issue in the log file? Today morning at 6 o'clock, I got a mail or I got a call. People are not able to log in into the application in the production. Application available in the US. So I'm in the Hyderabad. I'm a developer. Should I go to US directly? Go to international airport, book a flight ticket and go to US and see the log file? Is it possible? Is it possible? No, no. I'm in Hyderabad location. My application is running in the USA. Got it? So that's why we are going to use several tools. We are going to install several tools so that by using that tool, we can connect with the log file and we can get the logs. So here you can use Putty as one software to connect to the log file, or you can use WinSCP. And the last session, one of our student told that he is using WinSCP to monitor the logs. In some companies, they will go for Splunk. In some companies, they will go for Splunk to monitor the logs. In some companies, they will use ELK to monitor the logs. By using this ELK software, I can directly connect to the log files available in that server and I can get the logs and I can see what is the problem. So logging we have to perform and log monitoring also we have to perform. So what is the meaning of logging? Generating the logs of our application. We can understand the execution details of the application. We can understand the problems which are occurring in the application by using logging tools. Then what is log monitoring? Putty, WinSCP, ELK and Splunk. To get the log messages of the application, we will go for log monitoring. What is the monitoring? That means connecting to the log file and observing the logs. Connected to the log file, connect to log file and understand the logs. Understand the logs. So these log monitoring tools are used to retrieve the logs from the log file. Are you guys able to understand what is the difference between logging and log monitoring? Are you guys able to understand the difference between logging and log monitoring? Come on, please respond. Yes, logging is used to generate the logs. Log monitoring means get the log messages from the log file and observe what are the problems available. What are the problems available? Logging not only for new projects, Iqbal, for every project, whether it is an old project or whether it is a new project. So damn sure in the real time, every project will use logging and log monitoring. If the logging is not available, you can't find the issues in the project. If the logging is not implemented for the project, you can't understand the issues. You can't understand how the code is executing, what are the problems coming, how to fix the problems. You can't find out if the logging is not available. No project will be developed without logging. Logging is mandatory, guys. Logging is mandatory and log monitoring is also mandatory. Logging is mandatory and log monitoring is also mandatory for every project. Right. Logging is used to, Iqbal, you are getting confused. Logging is used to store the message to the file. Log monitoring is used to get the message from the file. Application will perform the logging. Application will store the message to the file. Log monitoring means get the messages. Application will store the message. Tool will get the message. Got it? Perfect. Next one, unit testing tools, guys. Next one is unit testing tools. Damn important. Unit testing tools are damn important. JUnit and Mockito. JUnit and Mockito to perform unit testing. That means whatever the code we have developed, for that code we need to write unit test cases to implement unit testing. To implement unit testing. What is unit testing? What is unit testing? Come on, guys. What is unit testing? What is unit testing? Line by line checking is debugging. That is not unit testing. What is unit testing? What is unit testing? Testing each unit of our work. testing each unit amount of work. So if you write one method, you need to test is that method working as expected or not. So you are going to develop some functionality by developing several classes and several methods, right? So whatever the code we have developed, that code you have to test, is that code working as expected or not. So as a developer, not only writing the code, you are even responsible to test that the code is working as expected or not. I have written one login method. Is that login method working as expected or not? For valid, how the method is working for valid input, how the method is working for invalid input, that we are going to test as part of unit testing. Now see, here we are developing our APIs, guys. So this is the workspace of our 21 JRTP batch. We are developing several APIs as part of this project. Now let me show you. So for example, if you take one class, service IMPL class, if you take one class called service IMPL class, in this class, I'm writing one method. In this class, I'm writing one method. So this is my method. So in this method, I have implemented some logic. So whatever the logic I have implemented only in this method, I need to test it first. This is my unit amount of work. One method is available. Is this method functionality working as expected or not? If I give valid input, how this method is behaving? If I give invalid input, how this method is behaving? So am I able to get the expected result from the method or not? Am I able to get the expected result from the method or not? That we are going to do by using JUnit. So JUnit is one of the unit testing framework for the Java projects. JUnit is used to perform unit testing for Java applications. What is the meaning of unit testing? Testing each unit amount of work. That means whatever the methods you write, each method code we have to test. For that we will use unit testing. To perform isolated unit testing, we will use Mockito. To perform isolated unit testing, we will use Mockito. So there are several Mockito frameworks are available. Easy Mock, Power Mock, Wire Mock, like that. There are several mock frameworks are available. By using these mock frameworks, we are going to perform isolated unit testing. Isolated unit testing means, now if you see, I want to test this method, determine eligibility. In this method, I am calling repository method. So my method is dependent on the another method. So this is my method. I want to test my method. In order to test my method is dependent on the other method. I don't want to call this method. Instead of calling the real method, I will create the mock method, because as part of unit testing, I want to test the behavior of only this method, not this method. So that is called isolated unit testing. So to perform that isolated unit testing, we are going to use mock frameworks. So there are several mock frameworks are available in the market. Sir, what are those mock frameworks available in the market? Easy Mock is available, and Power Mock is available. Mockito is available. Wire Mock is available. Wire Mock is available. JMock is available. JMockito is available, etc. So there are several mock frameworks are available in the market. There are several mock frameworks are available in the market. Easy Mock, Power Mock, Mockito, Wire Mock, JMockito. So JUnit plus mocking we are going to perform. JUnit plus mocking. JUnit is used to perform unit testing. As part of that unit testing, we are going to use mock frameworks to perform the mocking. Mocking nothing but the process of creating dummy object for the real object. The process of creating the substitute object for the real object is called as mocking. Sir, we are not understanding what is mocking. You can't understand now. Why? Because I'm just introducing the names. If you are interested to understand what is a mocking, I have conducted one workshop on the mocking also, guys, previously. So if you go to our Ashok IT YouTube channel, you can see that JUnit Ashok IT. 3 hours, almost 4 hours continuously. 4 hours I have conducted a workshop JUnit 5 with mocking workshop 1 year back. So if you go to this video, if you spend 4 hours of time, then you will understand what is mocking and what is unit testing. What is unit testing and what is mocking, how to perform the unit testing with the mocking, that we are going to understand. So 4 hours it requires to teach you what is a JUnit, what is a mocking. Here I'm just giving the name. Here I'm just giving the name. So if you are interested to learn the mocking, if you have a requirement, then you can go through that video. You can go through the video which is available in our YouTube channel regarding JUnit 5 with the mocking. 1 year back, I have conducted a workshop on that. And remember, guys, the people who are newly joining in the project, for them, immediately development task will not be given. In the real time, when you newly join in the company, do you know first 1 or 2 months what task they will give you? First 1 or 2 months they will give you sonar issues fixing. Once you newly join in the project, first they will give you sonar issues fixing. That means in the project there are some code review issues are available. They will assign the task related to sonar issues. They will assign the task related to unit testing. They will assign the task related to code coverage. So anybody got that kind of work when you join in the project? Working people, can you raise your hand? In most of the companies, when a new member joined in the team, when the new member joined in the team, first they will assign sonar issues, they will assign unit testing, they will assign code coverage, so that new members can go through the existing code, can understand the functionality. For new members, directly they don't assign the development task in most of the companies. Even in my project also, if a new team member joined, first 3 months, they are going to assign sonar issues, code review issues, and unit testing issues. Even if you have 4 years experience, 5 years experience also, same thing will happen, because you are new to the project. You are new to the project. So that's why directly they don't give you development task for first 2 to 3 months. They will ask you to go through the project. They will ask you to understand what are the sonar issues available. They will ask you to understand unit test cases, and they will ask you to fix the issues, write the unit testing code, and perform the mocking for the unit testing. Those tasks will be given for you first 2 to 3 months of time in the MNC companies. So now you understood what is unit testing and what is mocking. Unit testing is used to test each unit amount of work. As part of unit testing, we need to perform isolated unit testing. To perform the isolated unit testing, we are going to use mocking. The process of creating substitute object for the real object is called as mocking. The process of creating substitute object for the real object is called as mocking. So there are several mock frameworks are available in the market. And the next one is code coverage tools. Next one is code coverage tools. There are some tools like Cobertura and Jacoco. Cobertura and Jacoco. So to check how many lines of code is tested in the unit testing, to check how many lines of code tested in unit testing, SonarCube is also going to do this, and Jacoco also will do this. To check how many lines of code tested in the unit testing, what is the industry standard? Industry standard is 80%. That means if you write 100 lines of code, minimum 80 lines of code you have to test by using JUnit. That is code coverage. Code coverage is used to understand how many lines of code is tested. Now, for newly joined team members, below tasks will be assigned. Below tasks will be assigned for first 2 to 3 months in the companies. What are those issues? Sonar issues fixing. That means code review issues fixing. Sonar issues fixing. Writing unit test cases. Writing unit test cases. Improve code coverage. improve code coverage. So these are the three tasks they will assign initially when you newly joined in the project. Whether you are a fresher or whether you are a experienced, they will give you. Why? Because you are new to the project. You don't know all the functionalities in the project. If they give the development task, if you do some mistake, project will be collapsed. So that's why the managers will not dare to give the direct task for the new people. So that's why for newly joined members, company will assign sonar issues fixing. That means you need to do the code review and you need to find the problems and you need to fix the problems. And the second task, code is already available. For existing code, you need to write the unit test cases. Unit testing is not happened properly. Code coverage is not 80%. You need to write better unit test cases to improve the code coverage. You need to bring code coverage to 80% by writing better unit test cases. These kind of tasks will be assigned for you initially in the company. Anybody got this kind of work, guys, when you join in the new company or new project? Can you raise your hand? Is there anybody who got this kind of work? When I joined, currently I joined in a company, it's almost 2 years. When I joined in the company, it is a banking company. First 2 months, they have given me the same task. After these tasks are completed, they got the confidence on my work. They started trusting me. Then they started giving me development tasks. So they need to get the confidence on your work. Once you do this sonar fixing, unit test cases coverage properly, then they will believe you. Then they will start assigning the development tasks. Good. Rahul Kumar is there. Hello, Mr. Rahul. Good morning. Can you unmute your mic, Rahul? I can't hear you, Rahul. Can you unmute your mic? Can you share your experience? He left. Prakash Velchetti, can you unmute your mic?
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Prakash. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, fine.
Your voice is too low, man. थोड़ा जोर से बात करना.
Yeah, in my company also first 2 months they given unit test cases only. They need to
Okay, in your company, first 2 months they have given the test cases only for you.
Yeah, they need to never.
Yeah, your voice is coming very low, sir. Breakfast नहीं किया क्या? Speak loudly. Speak loudly, buddy. Yeah, guys, he already confirmed that in his company, first 2 months, he also got the work on the J units only. Okay. Thanks, Prakash. Thanks for sharing your experience. Anyone else, guys, who got this kind of work? Anyone else who are working in the company, working people? Can you raise your hand? Because there are some people who are not working, who are freshers here. They need to understand how the culture is there in the industry. Yeah. Abhishek Patni, can you unmute your mic, Abhishek? Mr. Abhishek Patni. I can't hear you, Abhishek. Kalla Bhargavi, can you unmute your mic?
I sir, but
Yeah.
I didn't get any sonar issues. Right now, my role is support team.
You are working on the support project.
Yes.
Okay. They are asking you to understand the issues and analyze the issues and report.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Next one, Abhishek, I can't hear you, man. Srikanth Gopinath.
Hello,
Srikanth.
hi, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, hi,
So
Srikanth.
I
Share your
also got the
experience.
same thing for doing the test coverage using Jokogo, just to make sure everything is below, means around 80% or more. So it's
Okay.
very important to learn the aspects of the code using JUnit. It's very, very important.
Very, very, very
In unit
important.
cases, a lot of important things were missed. So
Right.
good experience to learn too.
Yes. So Gopinath is saying that he also got the work related to test cases and code coverage. We need to write the better test cases for the code, and we need to improve that code coverage to 80%. Yep. Sri Harsha Tamineni. Hello, Harsha. Can you unmute your mic?
Hello, Ashok.
Yeah, hi, Harsha. Good morning. Could you please
Good
share your
morning.
experience with this?
Yeah, well, actually, I joined a new project. recently in Java project. They are giving me the Sonar Cube issues. I mean, they'll ask me to check the code coverage, which for each file and for each method and whole coverage total they ask
Okay, so
85%.
85% they asked.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. See here, guys. So this guy also joined in the new Java project. So initially in that project also he got Sonar issues. They asked him to check the Sonar issues for each and every file, each and every method coverage that we need to improve. 90% of the companies will do the same thing. 90% of the companies will do the same thing. When you newly joined in the company project, so directly they don't give you development work because you are new to the development, you are new to that project development, you are new to that project. So if they give some development task, if you do some mistakes, then project will be affected. So that's why first they will give you these kind of Sonar issues and they will give you these kind of unit testing issues, so that you will go through the code, you will understand the code, you will understand the functionality, and once you have done your work properly, then they will trust you. Once they got the trust on your work, then they will start assigning actual development tasks for you. Whether you are a fresher or whether you are experienced, same thing will happen. Whether you are a fresher or whether you are experienced, same thing will happen. Got it? Perfect, guys. So what are the tools that we have seen as of now? So tools are going to play major role in the project development. Along with the Java code, you need to be very strong in the tools also. You need to be very strong in the tools also. What are the tools we have seen? Build tools, Maven, Gradle build tools are there. Code review tools, SonarQube is available. Logging tools, Log4j. Logging tools will generate the log messages. Log monitoring tools to connect to the log file and see the log messages to understand the problem. Unit testing tools are available to perform unit testing of the application. As part of unit testing, we will use Mockito framework. Once I explain JUnit, I will explain what is Mockito, how to work with the Mockito. If you have any urgency in your project, then please go through this video, which is available in our channel. JUnit 5 with mocking workshop, 4 hours workshop is there. You will understand clearly what is JUnit, what is mocking, and how to do that. Code coverage tools are available, Kobachura and Jacoco. These tools are used to check how many lines of code tested in the unit testing, and industry standard of the testing is 80%. Coverage should be 80%. When you newly joined in the company, they will assign you Sonar issues, they will assign test cases, they will assign code coverage related tasks for you for first 2 to 3 months. After that, the actual development tasks also they will assign for you. Got it? Perfect. Next one. Project management tool. Nowadays in the company, people are using Jira. Jira tool we are using as a project management tool. Work assignments, work tracking, stories creation, story tracking. Everything will be done in the Jira. So story nothing but the task. What are the tasks that we have to do in the project? All the pending works in the project will be created in the Jira. For every pending work, one story will be created. That story will be assigned to the team members. So people may ask you, how you will get the daily task in the company? Nowadays, people are using Jira to assign the task. For your project, one Scrum Master will be available. That Scrum Master will assign the story to you. You have to work on that. Project management tool, Jira. That story creation, work assignment, story tracking, everything will done by using Jira software. So in nowadays, in most of the companies, 99.9% of the companies are using Jira as a project management. What are the works that we need to do in the project? For those works, the stories will be created in the Jira. Who has to do which work? Team members are there. There are 10 team members available. What these 10 team members has to do? That work assignment also will be done by using Jira. And who is working on which story? What is the status of the story? Is that story in progress? Is that story completed? All that tracking also we are going to do by using Jira. Jira is called as project management tool. And the next one is deployment tool, CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous deployment, CI/CD tools, CI/CD tool. We are going to use Jenkins to automate build and deployment. To automate build and deployment, we are going to use a tool called Jenkins. Now, here code is done by the developers. That code is available in the GitHub. How that code we will take from the GitHub, how we will compile that code, how we will deploy that code into server. Instead of doing this build and deployment manually, we are going to use Jenkins jobs. Jenkins jobs will deploy our code with a single button click. Jenkins job will deploy our code into server with a single button click. With a single button click, Jenkins is going to deploy our code. CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment. If you modify any code in the project, immediately that code should be deployed to the server. For that, we are going to use Jenkins. So to automate the build and deployment process, we will use Jenkins. Jenkins job, for every project, one Jenkins job will be available. When you click that Jenkins job, when you run that job, Jenkins job is going to take the project and it is going to deploy that project into server. Recently, I have uploaded one video, DevOps project setup. Recently, I have uploaded one video on the DevOps project setup. Okay, so you see here, GitHub is available. GitHub is available. My code is available in the GitHub. Jenkins is there. Jenkins will take the code from the GitHub. Jenkins will talk to the Maven to perform, build, compile the project, package the project. Jenkins will talk to SonarQube to do the code review. Jenkins will talk to Nexus to upload the WAR file. And then Jenkins will talk to Tomcat server to deploy the project into Tomcat. So this is project deployment process, automated DevOps process is there. Development plus operations is called a DevOps. So DevOps people are going to create the Jenkins jobs. So I'm teaching DevOps also in our institute. So as part of the DevOps course, I have done one project setup by using Jenkins. Jenkins is talking to GitHub to download the code. Jenkins is talking to Maven to build the project. Jenkins is talking to SonarQube to perform the code review. Jenkins is talking to Nexus to upload the artifact. And Jenkins is talking to Tomcat server for the deployment. If you watch this video, then you will understand in the real time how the project's deployments will happen, how automated deployments will happen in the real time. If you go through this video, you will understand how automated deployments are happening in the real time. Are you guys getting my point? In this video, I have explained completely by using Jenkins how we are going to do that deployment. Once the Jenkins job is created, we are just going to run that job. Once the Jenkins, see here, see in this screen, Jenkins job is created, cloning the repository, Maven build, code review, upload artifact, build now. If you just click this build now, that Jenkins job will execute. That Jenkins job is going to get all the code from the GitHub, do the Maven build, do the code review, upload artifact, deploy the project. So this we are going to do in our course also, how to automate our project deployments by using Jenkins. So Jenkins is called as CI/CD software, continuous integration, continuous deployment. When the code is modified, my code should be deployed to the server. When my code is modified, immediately my code should be deployed to the server. For that, we are going to use CI/CD software. Jenkins we are going to use as a CI/CD software. As I have shown you, just with one button click, we will do the complete automation. Just with one button click, we are going to do complete automation. Jenkins. Understood? Guys, in our YouTube, lot of useful content is available. Lot of useful content is available in our YouTube channel. How to deploy the Spring Boot application to AWS, and Docker workshop also I have conducted. How to work with Docker, how to work with Docker. Those videos also available. How to deploy Spring Boot application in the AWS cloud, and how to work with Terraform. What is Agile methodology? What is Agile methodology? How to prepare a resume as an experienced Java developer and experienced DevOps engineer. 2 weeks back, I conducted this workshop. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you will get all the updates from Ashok IT. When we are uploading the videos, you will get all the updates from us if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. So very useful content is available. Very useful content is available. Click on that link I have sent in the chat box, subscribe and click on bell icon. The people who missed the previous classes, those videos also available. Session 1, session 2, session 3. Today's session is also available as a live. So today is the 4th session. This is also available. Last 3 sessions also available in the YouTube. Last 3 sessions also available in the YouTube. You can subscribe to that and you can click on bell icon. Anybody want to improve logical thinking? So I have conducted a playlist in the YouTube where I have explained 10 programs on the strings, logical programs on the strings. Logically, how to write the program. See here, there are 10 logical programs I have implemented on the strings. I have shared that link in the Telegram also. 10 logical programs. How to find non-repeated character, how to reverse a string. For Java people, these coding interviews are very, very important, guys. Nowadays in the interviews, they are asking logical questions in the first round. They're conducting a coding test in the first round. Once you clear the coding test, then only you will go for the technical round. So the logical questions are very important. Our actual tools is not started, just introduction. Today, I request all of you to go through the 10 videos related to strings so that you will understand how to write the logical programs using Java. Good. So you got the clarity. What is the purpose of Jenkins? Guys, you got the clarity. What is the purpose of Jenkins? What is the purpose of Jenkins, guys? Can you please tell me? Can you please tell me what is the purpose of Jenkins? What is the purpose of Jenkins? Please respond to my question. What is the purpose of Jenkins? To automate the project deployment. To automate the project deployment, we are going to use this Jenkins software. What is the purpose of Jira? What is the purpose of Jira? Project management. Okay. Next one, by using Jenkins, we can deploy the project into Kubernetes also. Containerization. For containerization, we are going to use one tool called Docker. This is very important. Package, application code plus application dependencies. When you want to run your application, you need to download the code, you need to set up the operating system, you need to set up the Java, you need to set up the database. All the dependencies that you no need to do, Docker will take care of that. Docker is a containerization platform. Package application code plus application dependencies. Then orchestration platforms. Orchestration. For orchestration, we have Docker Swarm, we have Kubernetes, and we have OpenShift. So these are the tools available for orchestration. What is the orchestration? To manage containers. I mean to say, create, delete, scale out, scale up, scale down, scale up, scale down, etc. So Docker we are going to use as a containerization platform to run our applications. So what is the meaning of containerization? It is nothing but packaging. Application code plus application dependencies we are going to package as a Docker container. In order to create the containers, manage the containers, scale the containers, scale up, scale down can be done by using orchestration platform. So there are several orchestration platforms available in the market like Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, OpenShift. As part of this course, I'm going to show you how to work with Docker and how to work with Kubernetes also. So how to deploy our Java application into Kubernetes cluster using Docker container. Okay, we are going to see that as well. That is the most trending concept. As a Java developer, if you keep Dockers and Kubernetes in the resume, that resume will be hot cake in the market. Lot of demand is there for the Dockers and Kubernetes in the market. If you keep Dockers and Kubernetes in your resume, you will get lot of calls, and lot of demand is there for the Java developers who can work with Dockers and Kubernetes. Lot of demand is there for the Java developers who can work with Dockers and Kubernetes. So as part of the course, we are going to understand what is the Docker, what is the Kubernetes, how to deploy our Java applications using Dockers and Kubernetes. That also we are going to understand. Samjhe? And the next one, performance testing. Performance testing tools. We are going to use a tool called JMeter. What is the purpose of JMeter? To check the application stability. To check application stability. What is the meaning of application stability? How application is handling the load. If 100 people access the application, if 200 people access, if 1 lakh people access, if 2 lakh people access the application at a time, how this application is handling that load, how application is stable, is the application is stable or not stable. To check the application stability, to check average response time of the application. To check average response time of the application, we are going to use performance testing tool like a JMeter. Performance testing tool like a JMeter. By using JMeter, we can test what is the average response time if 1 lakh people access our application at a time. What is the average response time if 2 lakh people access our application at a time. What is the average response time if 1 crore people access our application at a time. So we can check performance of the application by using JMeter. Okay, next one, API testing tools. We are having Postman and Swagger UI. So we are going to develop backend APIs to test the backend REST APIs. These are used to test backend REST APIs. We are going to develop the backend REST API by using Spring Boot and microservices. To test the backend REST API functionality, we are going to use Postman and Swagger UI. We can use Postman and Swagger UI in order to test our backend API functionality. Once the backend API is completed, is that backend API working as expected or not? Is that backend API working as expected or not? That we are going to test by using this Postman and Swagger. And the next one, distributed platforms, distributed streaming, or else I can say message brokers. Message broker. We are going to use Kafka. Publisher subscriber model. Publisher and subscriber model. To share the data from one application to another application, we are going for this Kafka. Kafka is used for message streaming, distributed streaming platform. Distributed streaming platform. Publisher and subscriber model. One application will publish the message, another application will subscribe the message. So in the last session, I have shown you my workshop video also, Kafka, 4 hours. So today I'm just introducing the name. In future, we are going to work with that. So Apache Kafka. So how to work with Apache Kafka using Spring Boot? One live example, theoretically and practically we have done this workshop. Theory I have explained, setup I have explained, practicals also I have explained. See here, one Spring Boot application acting as a publisher will store the message to the Kafka topic. Another application will subscribe to that message. So if you want to exchange the data from one application to another application, we will go for distributed streaming platforms. Okay, Apache Kafka is one of the distributed streaming platform available in the market, which is having a lot of demand nowadays. Other distributed streaming platforms also available like ActiveMQ, RabbitMQ. There are several JMS is available, but Apache Kafka is having lot of demand in the market. So in the Java resume, if you add Kafka, Docker, Kubernetes, nobody can stop you. Companies are eagerly waiting for the Java developers who can work with Kafka, Docker, and Kubernetes. They will give very good package if you have that skill set. They will give very good package if you have that skill set. Kafka, Docker, Kubernetes. And the next one, caching tools, cache tools. Redis is available, distributed cache. Okay, multiple applications can use the cache data. What is the purpose of this Redis? To reduce number of DB calls for static data. In my application, some data is available, that is a static data. That data is not going to change. When the data is not changing, why we need to hit the database every time to get that data? Not required. That's where we are going to use a cache. It is a temporary storage. We will retrieve the data from the database only one time, and we will store the data in the cache. We will retrieve the data from the database only one time, and we will store the data in the cache. Okay, so whenever I need that data, instead of hitting the database, I can get the data from the cache only. So nowadays in every project, cache is also implementing, because we want to improve performance of the application. To improve the performance of the application, we need to reduce the number of database calls. When the data is static, why you need to retrieve from the database every time? That's why we are going to use cache. Cache tools. Redis is available, distributed cache. To reduce the number of DB calls for static data, we are going to use the Redis. To exchange the data from one application to another application, we will use a Kafka. To test our backend APIs, we will use a Postman and Swagger UI. To do the performance testing, we will use a JMeter. To manage our Docker containers, we will use Kubernetes as a orchestration. To deploy applications easily, we will use Docker. Docker is used to package the application code plus application dependencies. Jenkins is used to automate the project build and deployment. Jira is used to manage the project work. Jacoco is used to identify the code coverage in the project. JUnit and mocking are used for unit testing. Putty, WinSCP, ELK, Splunk are used for log monitoring. That means getting the logs from the log file. Log4j, Log4j2, Logback, Logstash, SL4j, they are used to generate the logs of the application to a log file. PMD and SonarCube are used for code review. Ant, Maven, Gradle are using as build tools. Okay, as a Java developer, you need to know these tools, guys. Along with the Java coding, you have to work with these tools also in the project. These are mandatory. These are mandatory. Git. Yeah, repository servers I have mentioned. I forgot to mention repository servers. Version control softwares, most important. Version control softwares. So we have SVN, we have GitHub and Bitbucket. SVN, GitHub and Bitbucket. Code storage, code integration, monitored access. Code integration and monitored access we are going to do by using version control softwares. So that means developers are working from different locations. The developers are working from different locations. All the developers code should be integrated at one place. So I am working from Hyderabad. Some of my team members are in the Bangalore. Some of my team members are in the US. We are working on the same project. That project code we have to integrate at one place. To integrate the code at one place, we are using version control software. Version control software. SVN available, GitHub is available, Bitbucket is available. SVN got outdated in the market. Currently, people are going for GitHub and Bitbucket. SVN got outdated. Currently, people are going for GitHub and Bitbucket for the version control. Are you guys able to understand? Build tools, version control tools, code review tools, logging tools, log monitoring tools, unit testing tools, code coverage tools, project management tools, CI/CD, containerization, orchestration, performance testing, API testing, message broker, cache. Got it? SVN full name, Subversion. SVN videos also available in our channel, guys. Ashok IT YouTube channel is very informative. Ashok IT YouTube channel is very informative. If you go to Ashok IT YouTube channel playlist, you can find the SVN videos. 5 videos I have uploaded for SVN 2 years back. When the Ashok IT started in the 2020, at that time only I have uploaded this SVN videos in the YouTube. Let me show you. Yeah, SVN tutorial for beginners, real-time tools. I have uploaded 4 videos on the SVN. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost 3.5 hours. If you go through these videos, you will understand what is SVN. But currently, SVN is outdated in the market. People are not going for SVN nowadays. People are using Git or Bitbucket. In the course also, I'm going to show you how to work with Git and Bitbucket. I'm not going to show SVN in the live class. SVN videos are there. If you want to learn the SVN, you can go through them. But I'm going to cover how to work with GitHub and Bitbucket in the class. JMeter is also I have mentioned. JMeter is used for performance testing. I already mentioned about the JMeter. So all these tools we are going to learn as part of the course. That's why I told our module 2 is very, very important. 20 plus real-time tools we are going to cover as part of the course. Not just covering, we are going to use them in the project also. Now think about it. If you keep all the tools in the resume, interviewer will get shocked or not? Guys, if you keep all the tools in the resume, interviewer will get shocked or not? %, he will get shocked. Why? Within 3 years, how you got the chance to work with these many tools? Within 3 years of time, how you got the chance to work with these many tools? Okay. Perfect. Lombok is also will be part of this, guys. Lombok I did not mention. Project Lombok also we are going to cover. In the course content, the Lombok is also mentioned. In the course content, Lombok is also mentioned. I told you to download the course content of our Java real-time project. Whatever is mentioned in the course content document, we are going to cover everything. Okay. So this is the link from where you can download the course content. This is the link from where you can download the course content. Click on that link. I have sent you a link in the chat box. Ashok IT Java real-time project training. If you click on this download course content button, you can see the page. What all the tools I have mentioned, all the tools will be covered as part of the course. Got it? Yep. And subscribe to Ashok IT channel and click on bell icon so that you will not miss any updates. So I have given our YouTube channel link. Click on that link and subscribe to our channel and click on bell icon so that when I upload a video, you will get a notification immediately. You will get the notification immediately if you subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. All right, guys. So with this, we understood what are the tools available for the Java developers and what is the purpose of the tool. Just a high level we understood. From now, we have to start working with these tools. We need to get the practical knowledge on the tools, how to install the tool, how to set up the tools. Those things we need to understand. So from tomorrow, we are going to start working with our tools, guys. Fine. As I told you, 4 sessions got completed. All the 4 sessions videos are available in our YouTube channel also. Now you can decide whether you are suitable for this course or not. If you are really interested, then you can do enrollment for the course to continue the classes from tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining this class. The people who are watching from YouTube, thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel and click on bell icon.